I'm Chrisanne. So this is the first video of I don't know. This is the first video about mommies in PJs. Like no filter, no bag of excitement, not a lot of fluff. Just me talking and sharing stuff that I've been through since becoming a mom, or even since I became, or when I got pregnant. So this is just the introduction video. Welcome to my YouTube channel, where we're gonna be talking about motherhood, being a mom, having a toddler, reminiscing about the newborn stage, all things mommy, all things mental health, while we're in our 90 or pajamas, right? I'm Chrisanne Farmer. So this is the first episode. So for me, so I am now almost 3 years in to being a mother, and it's a blessing, it's an honor, and it's a privilege that I do not take lightly. You hear me? And let me tell you why. Just have to bit of my business. Let me tell you why. I was diagnosed with PCOS, polycystic ovary syndrome, which affects a lot of women. Sometimes it goes unnoticed, and I had imbalances, hormones, mood swings, all of that, irregular periods. So those are some symptoms, and eventually I got diagnosed with PCOS. And I remember the doctor after the test came back, firstly, stick a pin, pause right there. So pause right there. I've been suffering with all of that years before, and it took almost 20 years for a doctor to diagnose me with PCOS. So yeah, that's off note. And I did the test, the ultrasound came back, and the doctor looked at it and be like, yep, he said, yep, you have PCOS. And this means that, at some point I need to put you on metformin. Wait, what? But you're not trying to get pregnant, no, right? Wait, what? And I'm like, no. Okay, so when you're ready, then I'll just give you some medication that will help boost that. And yeah, in the meantime, here's a prescription for birth control. Yes, take it. It will regularize your period. Another video, I'll talk about the birth control and all of that and the effects, right? But that's pretty much what I was told. I was diagnosed, I was happy, but no, I didn't know. Thankfully, I was in nursing school and I had access to other doctors, mentors. I remember I had this great teacher, and he was so insightful and thoughtful, and he could give me an insight into what it was. And then I went deep diving on the internet, and it was a list of things not to do, and not to eat. And a lot of persons even looked at me and be like, but you don't have PCOS because you don't fit the criteria, you don't fit in because you're not obese, and PCOS looks differently on every woman. So that was a chaos. So I trailed off. So the doctor pretty much said, since you're not ready to have a child, go on the birth control, you'll need help to get pregnant, and maybe I'll put you on metformin. So he said having kids would be difficult. So in my head, all I heard was, you couldn't have kids, you can't have kids. And this is why I say it's an honor and it's a privilege to have my son, and I'm so thankful. I am so grateful. And the road hasn't been easy, and there have been so many sleepless nights, so many almost sleepless nights, because 2 hours here, 2 hours there, and I had a lot of struggles. I struggled with breastfeeding. Let me tell you something. Breastfeeding, that will challenge you. I almost lost my mind. And let me tell you the crazy part. The crazy part is, when I was in the hospital after I gave birth, I thought I got the hang of it. I was breastfeeding and he was taking the breast. he was a cluster feeder, meaning that like every 2 hours or every hour he would want the breast. So the nurse was like, yep, we got a greedy one. And that was fine. But you see, the minute I stepped home with that child, I felt so lost. I tried giving him the breast and he decided like, nah, he need to create a fuss. He was screaming the entire night, not taking the breast, and I was like, oh my God, day one and me useless already? No, my child I go starve. Am I go dead for hungry? When I tell you, I literally sat in bed and I said to myself, me can't do this, God. Me can't do this. Tears. I cried tears the first night I took him home. I did not sleep. He did not sleep. He did not take the breast. It was a little bit here, a little bit there. And I felt so low and so useless. Like, I have one job. Just keep the baby alive. Literally. That's it. Feed him. Feed him. I'm gonna do it. Listen to me now. Listen to me now. Listen to me. Oh my gosh. And I remember his father was like, let's try something. And he went on YouTube and he tried to find different stuff on techniques and all of that. Breastfeeding was a struggle. It was a struggle. But we did it. And I didn't breastfeed exclusively. I did give him formula, and he's fine. He's gonna be 3 soon, and he's fine. So I said all of that about breastfeeding to say it's a personal choice. Yes, breastfeeding is good, especially in the first couple of weeks, getting that colostrum, which is the first part of the milk. They need that, and it's pretty much they're just taking it. It has all the nutrients, and it's just coating their stomachs, and they're gonna pass it out, and they're going to poo. But they need it. But it's not easy. So if you're struggling, if you're a new mom and you happen to see this video and you're struggling, take my word for it. It's not easy, and it's not going to be easy. But take your time, pace yourself, scream if you need to scream, talk to somebody if you need to talk to somebody, because it's a lot. And don't feel guilty if you give formula, because at the end of the day, peace of mind is important. Because if you go crazy, if you have a mental breakdown, who's going to be there for your child? Yeah, it's that. Who's going to be there? So your well-being is very important. Do not neglect your well-being as a new mom, as a first-time mom. Take your time, pace yourself, pace yourself. I am so happy that, we have YouTube. You can learn techniques. If you're in Jamaica, I know we have one breastfeeding specialist, and I'm hoping I could have her on here one day. But read, take your time, and really and truly it comes down to trial and error. Trial and error. You're gonna try this. It didn't work for me. Having him like this in my hand. Oh, this is Wolfie, by the way. Having your baby like this, right? You need your hand to be supported. But I realized that didn't work for me. I try not to hunch over, because then bad posture and it's just chaotic, right? So lying on my side, I'm supported, my back is supported, he's supported, and he gets to hug me, and I'm feeding him like this. That works for me when I'm laying down on my side. So it's trial and error. You can read all the books, but until you're in the position and until you do it, you're not going to know. So give yourself some grace, and you're going to be okay. I'm looking forward to us having interactions, and I'm sharing my little tidbits, and you can tell me what your experience has been like, right? What your experience has been like. I'm looking forward to that. And yeah, this is Mommy and Pajamas. And we're just going to talk. We're just going to keep it real. We're just going to be honest and create a safe space for moms, especially new moms, first-time moms. But even if you have 2 or 3 kids, you're still welcome. Come on, because each child brings a different experience, and I'm just so happy we have the internet and access to just sharing information and finding like-minded people. So I'm Krista, and remember to share. I said I was going to be like one of those YouTubers, but listen, remember to like, subscribe and to share, and I can't wait to see you for our next episode. We're going to try to drop one episode per week, right? Which means I'm going to need more pajamas. So bye guys, can't wait to see you soon.